Hello everyone and welcome to the Jenn Sheelen podcast. I am Jenn of jennsheelen.com and usually I have a few co-hosts, but I will pop in some pictures of them if I haven't done so already. I have Doug the dog, who is laying down in front of me, Little Miss Chelsea Bean, and Stanley the tortoise. They're all adorable and I want to smush all their little faces. But it is definitely easier to film without them present, especially the bulldog. Little Miss Chelsea Bean kind of gets into everything. But they are technically my co-hosts. Anywho, today is Friday, October 12th of 2018, and this is episode 41. It's been a little bit since I filmed. I feel like I say that every time, but I do my best. I am not feeling so great today. The chronic pain is kind of kicking my ass, but I was like, alright, it's been a while since I filmed. It's a rainy day out. I have some stuff I have to do on the weekend. I'm like, just do it. Just put it together and just go for it. Maybe it'll help me perk me up. I've been in sciatica hell again, where the sciatica has been going into my right foot and scaring me to death, where last time this happened, I was crawling around my house. I couldn't walk. So having that hurt me again and nothing making it happy, trust me, I try everything. It's a little scary and it just kind of brings your mood down, and I'm like, maybe filming will help perk me up. So let's give it a go. Why not? We'll give it a try. Okay, so let's get to it. You can find me on various forms of social media. I am on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr, as well as Google Hangouts. And all of my show notes from this episode will be found on jennsheelen.com. Okay, oh, and I have a Jenn Sheelen Ravelry group on Ravelry. So come on over and join me there too. There's a little chit-chat going on. I have a knit-along going on with Cozy Cuteness. Come on over and check that out. Okay. Podcasts. So I've been listening to so many true crime podcasts. They're all kind of a blur. But one that stands out, and I think I've mentioned before, is My Favorite Murder. And that's with Karen and Georgia. Oh my goodness. And those two are touring and they're huge. Like, they're super, super popular. They're up there with True Crime Obsessed. Really, really popular. And another one, I swear I must have been living under a rock that I didn't even know about, was the Corner of Craft podcast, and her name is Hannah. I have some catching up to do. I heard about her through Cozy Cuteness. Again, gonna be a drinking game. And she was talking about her wedding and mason jars, and Naomi was like, oh my god, you gotta send her your fairy's firelight pattern. That could be an idea for her for a wedding, especially because so many people use those for weddings. Not just unique gifts, they're great for wedding decor. And so I sent that off to her, and she was lovely. She sent me a thank you for that. You're very welcome, Hannah. I hope you enjoy the pattern. And you do no pressure to choose that for your wedding. But I couldn't resist when I heard that, sending you that pattern. I was like, ooh, she might use it. So anywho, let's get on to selfish knitting. What have I been working on? Oh my goodness. So I've been so focused on two things. I've been focused on ornaments. If you've been following me on Instagram, everything is as Jenn Sheelen on all my social media. Oh my goodness. I designed and knit 15 new ornaments for another book. I was like, I don't want to just release one pattern like I used to. Like, I was doing it, I did 1 and 2, I did 2 years in a row, and then 3, 4, 5, as well as the book. I did the 3rd year. This year I'm like, I got this. I'm going to do a whole nother book. I'm like, no problem, I have plenty of time, get it done, get it tested, released, plenty of time for knitters to use it for Christmas. Which they're done. I will get to that. But I've been working on those, I've been working on my shawl design, my Your Favorite Brew, which is the one I'm about to show you. Lots of designing going on, so a lot of my focus has been on designs. But I do have some other things on the needles too to show you. So I finished, I'm wearing it, but I'll show you this one soon. Wrong segment. Is my Your Favorite Brew shawl, and I did this all in my Jenn Sheelen yarn, and most of it is in my Solid Tonals, which is in my Embrace base, and then which is superwash merino wool, and then I did it in my Twinkle, which is merino wool and a little bit of nylon and a little bit of stellina. It's gold stellina. Look at how pretty that came out. And it was so funny. So I'm asking both my girls, Colleen and Naomi, at Cozy Cuteness. So I was asking both of them, I'm like, all right, I need help combining these colors. I just don't know, because the pattern's designed to use 3 colors, but you don't have to just use 3. You can use as many as you want. So I'm like, I can't decide. I'm like, do I use the gold? Do I use the variegated? Do I use the... I'm like, I couldn't even decide. So this colorway is You Had Me at Merlot. This colorway is Autumn Leaves. This colorway is My Cranberry Delight. And this one is Pumpkin Spice. So, or Pumpkin Spice everything. So I'm like, all right, I was going to do just the burgundy color, like, so You Had Me at Merlot with the gold and with the variegated. And they were both telling me, oh my God, that red, especially Colleen, she's like, oh my goodness, that red is just like, that cranberry is so delicious with it. And I'm like, but I love that burgundy too. Could not decide between the two. So I'm like, screw it, I'll do both. Why not? So I'm so glad I did both, because I got the best of both worlds. I really love how it came out. I think the burgundy and the red and everything, it really makes those colors in the Autumn Leaves like pop. And what I did, and that was the other thing I couldn't decide, is what sections to use each color for. And me being me, I'm like, oh, go simple, you know, for the hop section, and just use a solid, and then use a variegated for one of the breaks. And Colleen's like, no, 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 no. Use it for the hops. Use the variegated. It shows, you know, something different. I'm like, oh. And what's really super cool is they look like leaves in this. I mean, it's going to be hard to see on the screen, but there they are. How cool is that? They look like autumn leaves. So your favorite brew is really, it seriously just kind of has branched out. Love it. It makes me think of fall and witches and brews. And I just love it. So it came out really pretty. This is in test mode now. I actually have one of my testers finish it, and I'm pretty close to releasing it. I just need photos. So this will make it into debut photos, and what I can't decide now is between the one I'm wearing, which I'll show you soon, or this one as my main photo. Like, what's going to be the one that people are like, oh. Of course, me being me, I go for the more simple. But a lot of people like bright too, and I talked about this in my last episode, where I'm a little like shy when it comes to knitting bright. Even though I love dyeing the colors, I'm so weird. I love dyeing all like the bright colors, but knitting with them I feel awkward. I don't know why. So I mean, this one's like, bam, this is a lot of color going on. And I could totally wear this and figure it out. Like, I would, but it was just definitely outside my norm. So I'm like, do I use this as the main photo? I don't know. So I need you guys to help me decide. When I finally show the other one off in the correct segment, you guys can tell me, which one do you think I should have as the main photo for the pattern? I'm curious what your thoughts are. So that's my faux, as well as all the ornaments, which I will get to later as well. My whips. I have, let's see, we'll start with my Swish and Flick socks from Cozy Cute Knits. Every episode. And this is a new design in the works, so it's something I'm testing for. And I'm knitting them out of Toil and Trouble. And this is their Lady Sybil. It's their MCN sock, which is delicious, by the way. Oh my goodness. So it's Toil and Trouble. A little thingy gonna show up. There it is. I know I got rid of my nails too. I don't feel like me, but I needed to give my real nails a break, so I know I don't have like, I feel weird without my nails. But anywho, here is the sock in progress, and I'm almost done with the leg. Like, I zoomed through it, and she wasn't kidding. She's like, it's kind of addictive, and she's right. Like, it's one of those where it's like, simple, oh, you got a little bit of pattern, and like, you can't wait to get to that pattern row, and then you have simple, which I really like about sock patterns. So how pretty is that? I mean, oh my goodness. Super pretty. Love it, and I love the colors, how they're kind of striping too, which how fun is that? And this yarn is yummy. Yummy, squishy. Cannot wait to have it on my feet. Delicious. So perfect for this pattern. And it's Harry Potter inspired, which I love. Of course. Swish and flick for your... Harry Potter geeks know what we're talking about. Okay. The next one is my, and I'm going to hopefully pronounce this right, my Shuffle Zauberball socks. And I've had this in my stash forever. Colleen gave me this for Christmas, like forever ago. I think it was my Christmas or birthday, like forever ago. And I like open up in here to go look at my yarn and see what to pick next, and it would be popping out like, ooh, I want to knit that next. Ooh, I want to knit that next. Finally, I'm knitting it next. How fun is that colorway? Oh my goodness, right? So I finished one of the socks except for the heel. And I just went plain Jane socks on this one. I really just did plain vanilla because I really just wanted them to shine on their own. Oh, I did finish the heel on this one. I lied. I'm ahead of myself. So fun. Love them. Love them. And to avoid second sockitis, you know, I was like, all right, second sock syndrome. I was like, cast as soon as I finish the heel on this one, I'm like, immediately cast on the second one. Just get it on the needles because then it's easier to pick up. Especially if I'm out. Like, trying to cast on when you bring socks, when you're out and about. No. Tried it. Does not work. So I do have them cast on as well. I've been a little distracted. Other socks and ornaments and shawls and things. Plenty going on. I'm trying to keep it interesting too. Like I try not to focus too much on one project. It depends on my mood. Where it's like, if I'm really into what I'm designing, I can't knit anything else. Like I feel weird trying to pick it up. Like I almost don't knit anything instead of knitting something versus what I feel like I should be working on. So weird. Any colorway on this guy? No. But super pretty. So yeah, that's something easy. This is a good one I could just kind of pick up and bring with me. So is the Cozy Cute Knits yarn. Damn it. Or her pattern. I mean, it's a really easy one. Like the pattern was really easy to memorize. So once you get it and you do it a few times, it's another one that's kind of easy to pick up and go with too. In mixed company, and if there's alcohol involved, I don't know that I would do it. Actually, yes, I would. I'd be brave. I've done a lot more complicated patterns in that kind of setting and nailed it. I'm a pro now. I got this. All right, what else? I finished everything. Yep, that is all I have so far for my whips, not including all the other stuff that's been going on. But now, since I picked it up so many times already, it's time for beverage of choice. So first off, I will start with cheers. My goodness, this beer is so good. And I've been saving this beer. My poor husband, we've both been like staring at this beer in the fridge, knowing it's a really good one and knowing I was going to use it for the podcast and not drinking it. The other day I almost caved. He's like, no, it's a good one. You use it for the podcast. I'm like, okay, you're right. Because I was going to split it with him and be like, because we usually like, we'll take a 4-pack, each of us get 2. Like we were really cool about sharing beers and doing that and being kind to each other that way. And this one was technically mine out of the pack. And he's like, I was like, do you want to split it? It's a really good one. And nope, use it for the podcast. My business manager. So this is Citralaxy. It is so good. So good. And this is by Burley Oak. And I believe he got this when he went down for my now brother-in-law. Yeah, he did. My now brother-in-law, his bachelor party. They went deep sea fishing. I was like, what? So they were down in Maryland. So of course, whenever we travel anywhere, we're like, let's go check out some good beers. And if he drove, he can bring them home. So he brought this home from a brewery down there, the Burley Oak Brewing Company. And this one, I believe it's an Imperial IPA. So much flavor, and it's got just the right amount of citrus and richness and deliciousness. Totally love it. And he was right. I needed this beer for this podcast. He was right. Don't tell him I said that. His head. Of course he's going to watch this and be like, I heard you. Okay. Should stop sipping that because you know how many other times I'm going to have to sip that with how many times I'm going to mention her name. Okay. What I'm styling. So now I can finally talk about it. This was the first Your Favorite Brew shawl. Now remember, well, not really technically the first. From my last episode, I told you guys how I had started it in these bright colors and I kept like mixing them up and all that. It just was not working for me. I'm like, all right. I knew I had this one in mind where it reminds me of coffee, and like your favorite brew doesn't have to be beer. It could be coffee, tea, witch's brew, whatever. Like let your imagination just kind of go with it. So I decided to go with the simpler one first because it's more me and I was able to design with it and then really get into it. and then have fun with the colors in the second one. So, your favorite fruit. Oh, okay, it's big. It's a tricolor crescent shape shawl, so it's a big guy. But I'm so happy with how it came out. Like, we're probably gonna look a little bright in the lights. But like, all of this is also in my yarn. Oh my goodness. Look, up here, that's better. Love. Love, love, love. And definitely my jam. Like, I'm gonna wear the hell out of this because it's definitely my more neutral colors, which is what I tend to wear with my outfits. So there you go. So it was a smart choice. But now, do I go with this one for the main photo? And kind of go a little rustic, which is my jam? Or do I go super bright? I mean, both of them will be in the pattern photos, but which one's gonna be the main photo? I don't know. Tough decision. I know. But super fun. Alright, I'm gonna take it off because now I'm finally getting a little warm. I was freezing when I first started filming because it's cold and rainy, and now fall has officially hit. It was 80 degrees the other day, and now it's like, hi, it's maybe 50s, low 60s, and raining and cold. So, yeah, it's fall. But it's October, it should be. And I love the fall. But I usually like a chilly night where it's not pouring down rain, like fire pit weather kind of fall. That's usually what I go with. I swear, like when it's raining out, I swear I was a cat in my past life. I hate to get wet. I'm like, I go out in the rain and I'm like, it's just like walking the dogs, my face must just be miserable. I don't play poker for a reason. You can tell how I'm feeling, usually by my face, unless I've got the pain mask on and I'm still smiling through whatever. If I'm out in the rain, like you can tell I'm miserable. I just hate it. Not my favorite thing, especially cold, like early spring or fall rain where it's chilly and you're damp and it's all spritzing in your face. I'm going way off topic. Back to it. Okay. Ooh, showing off. Okay. So, Cozy Cute Knits. Damn it. Should be upset. It's good beer. Designed a bag. And so fun for us to put our pins on. Especially because we each designed our own pins. What? I showed you these, I think, in the last episode. At least my own. I don't think I have the bag yet. How cute is that? I know I have a billion more pins. I just have to find all of them. Or I'll put them on my big canvas tote and they don't like to stay in there. Or I'm traveling with it or throwing it around and they pop off. Which makes me very sad. Much better to have it on here. So it's inside my tote. So if they fall off, they're in the bag so I can find them. But they haven't really done that lately, which is good. But it's just such a cute, like, plain canvas bag. And then she did a little lavender for me. So fun. Oh, and she's got a pocket in here, too. I've got my Zauber ball in here. Let me get that out of the way. Here we go. Cute little pocket in there, too. Love it. So fun, right? So hopefully my pins will keep growing. And now I have a great place to display them. What else do I have to show off? Oh, my adopt a pet bag. So my sister-in-law gave me this bag. She went to an event. I think he was a 16-year-old Chihuahua. And he was a rescue and they had this big birthday party for him. And I think they had like raffles and things like that. And she won this big thing, you know, big dog basket. And this tote was a part of it. And she's like, you know, I know who's going to love it. And she was right. Rescued is my favorite breed. Oh my goodness. All my ornaments are in the bag, actually. Isn't that a cute bag? And this, and I purposely kept the tag on. Frank's like, why do you still have the tag on the bag? I'm like, because I gotta talk about it on the podcast. Let's see, it's from, can I pronounce, Christina Jocelyn, and it's like Misha Soda Designs. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'll show you the tag. Hopefully that'll behave. Yeah. So cute. So cute. I was like, oh my god, I love it. A knitter loving bags? Yes. She was absolutely right. So I got that. And then speaking of bags, I have another bag for my baby sister's wedding, which was amazing, by the way. Oh my goodness. And she's so pretty. That dress was like, it was Fort Knox getting her into it. Oh my god, there was like so many layers, but she was so pretty. It was a beautiful day, and I'm getting off topic. She was so cute, and she did these welcome bags for everybody. Fun is that, all nautical, because it was down by the ocean. Super cute. Of course, everything out of it is gone. She gave saltwater taffy, she gave like I think it was a local magazine, Tylenol, and all of those things. Awesome. And water, bottles of water, very much needed. Super cute bag. That will be a project bag too, of course. And while we were down there for her wedding, we found this cute little antique store, and I saw this little guy, and I could not help myself. I had to have him. He was like, I told Frank, I'm like, I need to have that. There's absolutely no reason why I should buy him, but he's so freaking cute. Oh my god. He's a little metal owl. I couldn't even. He reminds me, and of course, some of you may know what this is, and some of you won't. If you remember Boobo, and now from Clash of the Titans, he reminds me of him. Totally. Like the metal owl, like, he reminds me of him. So yeah, my nose is getting all warm because now I'm finally heating up. Someone to look like Rudolph. Okay, on to giveaways. I do have a giveaway, so I'm gonna do it again. Cozy Cute Knits and I. Damn it. Okay, are running a knit along, and it is the Just Be You. It's a make along. It's the Just Be You Mal. And what we're doing is we're running this through December. I believe it's, let me get the right date, December 1st. So it's not all the way through December, it's just through the end of November. And we are picking a winner each month from the chat thread to give away patterns from either one of us. So I do have a winner, and Linda, LME call, you won. So you get to pick a pattern from either me or from her, I'm just going to say it, Cozy Cute Knits, drink. You get to pick a pattern from one of us. So just send me a private message and let me know which pattern you would like, and we'll get that off to you. So congratulations. So yeah, the Just Be You Mal is running along awesomely. Oh my goodness, all of the projects. And Peggy Bork, what? Bork P, that's in the group. Oh my goodness, you have knit, what was it, 15 projects in a month? Like, holy mackerel. You are like on knitting fire, and a lot of them are socks. Like, how do you do it, woman? I'm home all day. I still can't knit all that stuff. I can't even do it. Oh my goodness. You're incredible. Keep it up and keep all the projects coming in. We're so excited to see them. And everything has been so beautiful and so creative. And I just love seeing everybody's projects. So keep it coming. And before I forget, how did I forget to talk about the elephant in the room, my shirt? It was supposed to be back with what I'm styling, but I was so focused on the shawl, I totally forgot. My shirt, my girlfriend Kristen gave me for my birthday. Oh my goodness, another glorious morning. Makes me sick. What movie is that from? Hocus Pocus. Whoever is a Hocus Pocus fan, please let me know. Every October, I have to watch that movie at least once at minimum, but I will most likely watch it a whole lot more than that. One of my favorite fall movies of all time is Hocus Pocus. Seriously, like Bette Midler, love her. Love. Love. But yeah, she gave me the shirt and I totally love it. Okay. I will put in my show notes my knit reading and knit watching, but I will comment on a few things that I've been watching. Ozark, anybody a fan? So good, right? The Walking Dead is back. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. And I'm so glad that my DVR it was a bonus replay of the last episode of the last season. And I'm so glad they did that, so it was a good refresher for me on how we ended. Oh my god. Just so good. I love The Walking Dead. Seriously. And then another one, Santa Clarita Diet. So good on Netflix. And then Call the Midwife on Netflix. All the feels. All the feels. That show rips my guts out and throws them on the ground, stomps on them, and then warms my heart all at the same time. Like I know what it's gonna do to me, and I can't help it. I have to watch it. It's so good. So good. So check that out too. Phew. Okay. Last up, what's up with all the things? Your favorite brew shawl. So I already talked about that. It's just about out of test mode. Need my photos. Need your opinion on what you think should be the main photo. So that one's coming. Hopefully I'll get photos soon and get that one released. And then all of my ornaments. 15 ornaments. 15 of them. I'm not going to pick up every single one out of that bag because there's 15 of them. So what I'm going to do is at the end of this episode, I'm going to show you a slideshow of all of the ornaments with their names. Right? It's a good way so you can see them all. And if you were on my Instagram, you probably saw them there too. Check them out. I'll pull out a couple because I can't help it. My goodness. So pretty. Don't ask me their names offhand because there's so many of them. Come on, you. Come on. There we go. So pretty. Yeah, there's so many of them. Like, I try to remember each one's names, and I'm like, I believe this is Nora. This one I kind of remember. If I can get her to stop being so bright. Is she going to do it? I don't know if they're going to be able to show them anyway because they're so bright. There we go. So pretty. Oh my goodness. But yeah, there's 15 of them. Whew, I was on a roll. But they're done. So now they're in test mode, and hopefully I will get those patterns, or that book out, and the individual patterns out within the next couple weeks. So there will still be plenty of time for Christmas knitting. Right? They're a quick knit, awesome gift idea. Every single test knitter and everybody who's bought them like has commented, they're like, oh my goodness, people have loved them when I gift them. Same here. Like, it's just a different gift. And plus, because I've designed so many of them, everybody wants one of each. So I'm trying. That is a tall order, especially now that I have 30 of them. However, I'm working on it. But it is a great gift because there's so many of them. I can fix them up each year for people. But seriously, it has, like, all kidding aside, it does have all the warm fuzzies behind it, and just that uniqueness and that lovely elegance. And I seriously want my own tree. And I've heard this before too. Somebody just wants a tree in just those ornaments. And that's my goal someday. One, we don't have a place in our house for that tree. Two, I never keep them for myself. I have very few of my own ornaments because I give them all away. And then by the time I'm done knitting them for other people, I'm like, I'm ornamented out. But I will eventually do that for myself and knit them for my own tree. I'll get there. On my bucket list. And, oh, you guys. So on top of all of this, I have 2 other designs coming, plus plenty more. I have a sock design that's going on in my brain that I've already been designing in my head, as well as two new shawls. I have my, this one, which I actually started on the needles. I've been calling this one Rustic Elegance. And this is going to be, I believe, it may change, but for now, in my head, it's an asymmetrical shawl. And it is out of, this one's pretty good, my solid tonals in my Embrace cut base. And that's I Make Poor Decisions. Get it? P-O-U-R. I know. And Volan Vines, Enjoy the Silence. I believe it's Enjoy the Silence. Yes. And this is in her footsie base. And this is actually a BFL and nylon. And it's going to be a little bit hard to see on here. But this color totally it's in here. And it pulls it out. So it's going to be so pretty. Come on, Light, behave. So fun. So I'm pretty excited to knit these together. And not usually in my wheelhouse either. But look at my bright one here and this. And I have a pretty lace that this is going to go in. And a different, like, but yeah. I don't want to give too much away. But I just started designing that one. And I've been, trying to put patterns together and whatnot. It's finally starting to come together, but I just started really writing it out and knitting it up. So it could totally change. But that's where I'm at with it now. The other one, I am really going outside the box. And I told you guys I was going to do this, is finally design a lace weight shawl. Oh my goodness. And this yarn, wrong bag. This yarn was from my aunt for Christmas. And it's out over from Ireland from Townhouse Yarns. Oh my god. So pretty, and it's half merino and half silk, and it's so fun, beautiful to knit with. Oh my god. So I had started designing something and it didn't work out. I was like, meh. So I'm changing it, but I do have another idea for it. And I believe it's going to be a big triangle shawl. Lacy, lovely, but we'll see where it goes. Again, that could change too. I have to start really writing it out and knitting it to really see where it's going to go. But in these two, oh my goodness. Wings are made to fly, petrol. What if I do it this way? No, doesn't really help. Oh my god, right? These are so pretty. And this color is in here too, so it's going to pull it out. Oh my goodness. Which is totally my jam too. Love, love, love. So now I'm working on the Rustic Elegance one because that's now the one that's in my head. I have this one kind of started and then going, and then I want to work on the sock one. My next goal, I think, for going into this fall and winter and going into 2019 is to be able to design, have more than one design on the needles at a time. Usually when I'm designing, I work on one and I just focus on that. And then once that's off with testers, I'll work on something else. I kind of want to try to mix it up where I have a few going on the needles and see if I could do that. I don't know. I'm like, I look at like Hoki Locatelli and she's coming out with patterns left and right. And I'm like, how the hell is she doing that so fast? I don't know how she does it so fast. I don't know if she's had them all in the works, like started and then picks one up and like boom, 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 boom. I have no idea. And I'm not competing with her or trying to do the exact same thing, but I'm like, how? I'm just in awe of how she does that. But it's kind of inspired me to want to try to have more than one design on the needle, because why not? And I'm always so afraid where I'll get off of the one that I've been designing and then get out of that mode. But we'll see about that. I don't know if that'll necessarily be the case. If I kind of keep both going at an even pace, I should be all right. We shall see how that goes. It is definitely a goal for me for this coming year, is to try to do that. And I can't say I rarely set knitting goals, but I usually try not to put too much pressure on myself with my knitting goals. But this is, I think, a good one. It's something different to do and to try. So we'll see how it goes. Anything you guys want to try for this year? I mean, do you guys set knitting goals? I mean, I'll see people with like a list of 10 things. That's all their knitting goals and all their projects laid out for the year. And I'm like, yeah, I would change those about 20 times. Something else shiny will catch my eye and all those go right out the window. So it's hard for me to plan kind of like that. I'll have like design ideas in mind that I want to do for the coming year, and they may shift, but they're kind of always there. But a specific item to knit for a specific time frame and all that in a year, like of not my own design, yeah, I just have not been able to do that. I don't know how people do that. I guess I have just a different knitting style. We all attack our knitting in different ways. Whatever works for everybody is what you should go with. It's my advice, just my opinion. All right, so anywho, I think I mentioned this on my last episode. I have another podcast going on too. It's my Chronic Maven podcast, and it's basically about chronic pain and living with chronic pain. Or invisible illness, so not necessarily just chronic pain, but invisible illness in general, invisible disabilities, and schooling people on what it's like to live with an invisible illness and relating to people that are living with it as well. So go on over to YouTube and check that out. I have the link in my show notes if you would like to see it. And I think I did this in 30 some odd minutes. Nice. There will be the whole thing at the end with all of the ornaments, which we'll add to the time. But I did want to try to keep this down since I wasn't feeling so hot. My mood is definitely improved. Thank you guys so much for that. I needed that little bit of a boost. And I knew once I started going, I'd be like, all right, just sit down, put your lights on, just go, just do it. And that it would help perk me up. So thank you guys for that. And I hope you are trying to stay dry. I know a lot of us are not at this time, and a lot of people are losing power with this big storm coming in. So I hope everybody is safe and enjoying their knitting. I'll see you guys soon. Happy knitting, guys.